Hello everybody, 8-Ball Aitken here.
Taya Chani, we're in Darwin.
We're touring. We've gotten a month or so into the NIGHTBIRd tour. We have the vinyl records here to show you.
Yeah. These are CDs.
And the CDs. And the album comes out in a couple of weeks on June the 14th. It'll be available on Spotify and YouTube, iTunes, Apple Music, all the digital things.
Yeah.
So a lot of people ask us a lot of questions, and we thought we'd make a little video to share a little insight into this project and our collaboration and the tour and the most frequently asked questions, the FAQs. So we can also invite you into our little musical world and hopefully see you on this tour where we're getting around playing these.
That's right. Feel free to write in the comments any more questions. And because we'd love to answer them.
Yeah. We're getting started on this collaboration. I mean, we've been working together for 5 years. And
Has
we
it been
did
5 years? Yeah. Well, first question is, how did you start writing together? So let's...
Yeah. Well,
apart from knowing April's younger brother for 21 years, I think we kind of met because you guys are family.
yeah.
And then figured out that we have probably more
I was in America.
common.
Yeah, we musically just gelled. We got together.
Blues, soul, Americana, and country, whereas Dill isn't so much into country, but...
Or soul. He's more a little bit more of a traditional blues guy.
Yeah, New Orleans.
Definitely there's...
vibe as
and,
well.
and that's not meant as a bad thing, but generally you'll find a lot more 12 bars in his set than you'll find in ours.
Mm-hmm.
So
although we do love 12 bars because
we
there's always
do.
a place.
Yeah. So I was recording our Ice Cream Man 1 and 2 and Heart and Soul, and I needed some female backing vocals. I was living in Nashville. I got in touch with Taya on Dillian's suggestion.
Oh, we had one night of jamming on the top of a roof.
That's when I got back. We were tracking some albums, and we just hit it off. And it was like, you gave me some songwriting exercises. Taya says to me, "Can you write a song where you can't tell who's singing the lead and who's singing the backing vocals?"
Yeah.
And Changed Your Mind was the first track I wrote, and it happens to be the first track on the album.
That's right. That was the first one.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
And it was like a bit of a songwriting exercise, and often a songwriting exercise ends in something that sounds contrived or like you're meant to.
Well, that's
you're putting something
We
together.
changed the key about 3 times, didn't we?
Yeah.
Came back to D.
Yeah. I still think it still sort of sounds like Taya's singing the lead.
Yeah.
However, it was a real mesh of the sort of lyrics where it's like a couple are drifting apart and they're wondering what happened, where it went wrong. And it's really majory sounding, but it's sad lyrics. And there's something about it that pulls on the heartstrings. And that's what I was going for with the two voices. It's kind of like two people feeling the same thing, but not able to express exactly why. Like wondering, how's it going wrong? Can we save it?
Communication breakdown.
So that became the first song on the album, and there was Only Guiding Light was the other one that was really early. I wrote that pretty much within a day or two. Buddy played the horns, but I wrote the lyrics and the chords. But that was a similar one. It was like a duet that happened, and that was on my last album. People wanted some more. So you're getting it. You're in it.
Yeah. So 2022, we did our first tour
of Australia.
Australia, because we were doing your albums, and we figured out, oh wow, okay, this is a good collab. I was kind of more like on the, I'll support you as an artist coming on tour with you, but by the end of that tour, we just figured that we ended up playing the sets together instead of me doing the first support slot and then 8. We were just like, join it.
It's more fun, more harmonies,
way more fun,
more music, more grooving.
Yeah. Okay. How about this? What's your favorite gig you've done together? So I'd like to add to that, because on that tour we went to some places I've never been to before, and it was amazing to be in 8Ball's neck of the woods up in Mareeba and areas that you just probably wouldn't go unless you're on tour And we were up in the Atherton Tablelands, and we did a community hall up there.
Atherton. Yes, the
Atherton?
something centre.
Yeah.
It's like an old army bunker. It's a tin shed, but it's been decked out for theatre and music on the inside. It's a beautiful building. It was one of the previous homes for the Tablelands music lovers.
Yeah.
We ended up in there doing a show.
We did a little workshop first, and with some Indigenous folks that
was brilliant.
were
Yeah.
there were musicians up there, some local guys, and that was freaking amazing.
So good, yeah. 'Cause
singing songs with them.
passing the guitar around, and it was a really community vibe. And then we did that show that night.
Oh yeah.
And we actually unplugged the guitars and sat on the edge of the stage and just sang and filled
Back to back, remember?
Yeah, back to back.
I think I've got a photo or video.
Actually, yeah, if there's a
Should
video,
post
that'd
it.
be
We'll
cool.
post it.
So that's how we just realised, you know, I love the community side of songwriting because I've written somewhere, I reckon I would have written 1,000 songs by now, or maybe more. But most of them were crap, by the way, disclaimer. But the whole thing, when you do it, write music with a friend, it's not so lonely. So it's like you're just hanging out, and that's the way we write. There's choices. It's like, do we go out and go drinking tonight after the gig, or do we stay in and write something, and then we'll have a new song for our new album tomorrow, or two or three sometimes when we get.
And we
far.
made that choice
We
probably
make good choices.
Weekend that we tour together now.
Every time.
It's like we could go
Put
and
the
get on
music
it,
first.
or
Put the music number one.
because we always end up coming back off a tour with like another album.
We are prolific.
record.
We are
Yeah,
prolific,
yeah.
and that's a blessing.
Well, it did take me a little while to get used to writing with somebody, and I've had a lot of great experiences with Matt Ross, which I'm finishing that album, and a few songs with Becky Jensen, but it really, with 8 we just kind of clicked in a way where we know that we're going to write a song. If
we finish them all.
half an hour
We really
together.
do. Well, I guess there's some unfinished ones, but we generally finish them at some point.
But in the same
time.
session, we would have gone on to another song that we finished writing. And bringing out in each other.
Yeah. Now I want to draw your attention to something that I think is very cool. That I wish I was a visual artist, but I'm not. You know, I noodle on a piece of paper sometimes. But Taya actually painted the album cover, and I'm super impressed with. Not just a singer; she's a visual artist. That was an actual painting. And if you've seen the single covers online, you would have seen there's a giraffe, there's a dog. Actually, some of these animals have made it onto our new merch T-shirts as well.
Oh, yeah.
That you can get on my website. But this is not an advertisement. We're just saying there's a bunch of different artwork that Taya's done. And she's painted all our single covers. There's 4 of them so far.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. It just it just worked out, right? That Nightbird was such a strong song that we thought, okay, if we're naming an album something, it's Nightbird. You know, out of all the songs we thought.
That was her idea. I wrote the song years ago when my friend died, and it poured out one night. And I don't really remember the details. It just stayed on my phone for years. I never listened to it again. It was like a little cathartic therapy, losing a friend. Never ever imagined that little song would become this. And when you heard it, you were like, there's harmonies, there's this part, there's that part, you can sing the melody this way, and it became the first song that we recorded in my new studio after it was built. The walls weren't even closed in, and Taya was camping in her van at my place. And Sonny was little, and he was asleep, so we had to go.
It ain't all luxury over here.
No, it was rough. It was the middle of summer. We were sweating.
Not what the business is about.
It was one of those late nights. There was mosquitoes and flies and things buzzing because the studio didn't even have full walls yet, and we were recording in there. Going, well, we can't wake the little baby up, so Auntie Tay-Tay's in town. Got to make the most of it. It's funny how it works.
It was good.
Now, we're just about at hitting 10 minutes, so I think we're going to have to do a part B of this video. So we'll do the next edition, and we'll invite you a little bit further into our world and chat a bit more about this album. We've got more questions. We're going to chat about the different songs and what we love about it, and on the Mutual Love Club, what I love about working with my soul sister from another auntie, Taya Chani.
From another auntie.
Yeah. We are like family. It's become that way.
We are.
It's amazing. And we just put the music as number one. Be right back after this and come on to the volume 2 coming up.